Hello friends, I am Dr. Vijay Prakash and today I'll be talking to you about a very interesting topic, that is step-by-step procedure in implant placement. So it is about placement of implant and I'll be describing that step by step, and I'll be placing the implant in a 3D printed model like this, which I have just, this is a patient model, and in this we are going to place one implant, and I'll just tell you about the steps which are involved in each of them. So here we have not all the surgical kit, but the armamentarium which I will be requiring for the procedure. You have the surgical kit as well as the prosthetic kit here, the 3D printed model in which we are going to place the implant. Very briefly, your BP blade and your periosteal elevator and the entire armamentarium which is required for placement of implant, that is the physio dispenser. So you have a edentulous patient or partially edentulous patient in which we are planning to place an implant. Now, of course, you will be taking your diagnostic model, you will be doing, you will be diagnosing the patient, you will be making a proper treatment plan, you will be investigating, you will be taking OPG or CBCT of that patient in order to get the entire picture about the available bone height or bone width. And in this situation we have a edentulous model in which we are going to place only a single implant, just to show you all the steps which are involved in placement of implants. So we have this edentulous model, and suppose I want to place an implant in this particular area, that is in the lower canine region. So what we are going to place, what we are going to do first is, after, you can use a surgical stent that will be helping you in order to place the implant in the correct direction and orienting the implant in a proper direction, and it will help you in placement, the correct placement of implant. But if you are not having that, you have to reflect the flap. It can be done in two ways. Either you can do a flapless procedure or you can reflect the flap. So here I will tell you how to reflect the flap. Now for that you will be using a BP blade. You will be making a CRESTAL incision here. So you will be just placing an incision like this. Either the incision can be placed in the center, that is in the center of the crest, or slightly labially to the crest. And after that, what you have to do, you can give vertical releasing incisions if you want to, like this, or just minor vertical incision so that it helps you in reflecting the flap. So you will be using a periosteal elevator, and you're just going to reflect like this. Avoid reflecting too much of the lingual flap. So here we have the bone. You have this visibility of the bone. Here what we are going to do, first you are going to use a round burr in order to make a purchase point. So if you take this region, so you will be making a purchase point here. So you use a round burr and make a purchase point in the center. Stabilize your hand, very important, and just make a purchase point like this, as you can see. Next we'll take the pilot drill. Now I'll just tell you what are the drills. This is the pilot drill. If you can see, this is the pilot drill. These are various drills according to the size of implant which you want to place. So this is one kit which I was having. I am just showing you according to that. Although the procedure of placing an implant is similar and it is universally followed. So you have the pilot drill first, and then you have the consecutive drills depending on the type or the size of implant which you want to place, like D 3.3, 3.7, 4.3, 5.3 and D6. Apart from this, you have these instruments which you see here, that is for maintaining the height. You can just place it onto the, as you can see here on these drills, this will not allow you to go further, your drill to go further beyond, say you want to place an implant till the length of 10 millimeters. So this will not allow, this will stop, this helps as a stopper, this will not allow this drill to go further than 10 millimeters. So this way we are going to use this. Now I have planned to place say D 5.3 implant till 10 millimeters. So first thing which I am going to do is first drill like this, and I'll be placing it into the handpiece. It's very easy. Just press it in, lock it, and always check it. So this is how the drill is. And the first thing, you will go to the place where you have placed the purchase point. So in that you're going to make sure that you go there, and here you are going to go. So with the pilot drill I'm going in. You can increase the speed if you want. Yes, and then you can go. Always stabilize. It depends on the speed which you want to use, depends on how much of density of bone is there. If you have a very good bone, a cortical bone, so it depends on the type of bone which you are having. Suppose you are having a D2 type of bone or a D1 type of bone, then definitely the speed of the drill should be more. So it should be around 1500 to 2000 RPM. And if you have a type of the bone which is D3 or D4 type, then of course the speed will be less. That will be around 800 or less than that even. So you have a drill like this. You will go in. Never apply pressure. Never apply pressure like this. Just go slow. And till 10 millimeters, and you have to stop. So how will you decide it is till 10 millimeters? You can see these, there are linings, if you can focus it there. So these linings are there. So these are of specific lengths. So accordingly, whatever you have planned, you will stop there. So this is 10 millimeters. So we have taken a drill till 10 millimeters. We can just see it again. So our drill is going till 10 millimeters. Next we'll take the second drill, that is D 3.3 millimeters, and we'll go ahead. Again we'll stop at the same. Next we'll take the other drill, that is 3.7. Place it, lock it into place like this, and then we are going to go there, going to go in till 10 millimeters. Very smoothly you go. Feel the bone always and never apply pressure. Control. That's it. Can you see how smoothly you have the placement side, the osteotomy side? Next we'll take up the diameter 4.3. Again, do it sequentially. Okay, so we have this. Here we have the stopper in, and go till the stopper should stop at the level of the bone. So the stopper stops here. This should be at the level of the bone. This rim should be at the level of the bone here. Next we take the final drill. Lock it into position and again go back, and we go to the osteotomy site and go very slowly till the stopper and stop. So this is the proper osteotomy site which you can see, and it is prepared till a final diameter. So this is the final osteotomy site, and which is prepared till the final diameter, and the next step would be to place the implant. So now you're going to take the implant from the pre-packed packet which is sterilized already, and you have to be careful you will not touch the surface of the implant, because then there are chances of failure for that. So you have the implant like this. You're going to open it up, and this is just for demonstration purpose. I'll be using, so you'll be using implant driver. You're going to pick up the implant using the driver like this very carefully, and you'll be taking this to the surgical site and just holding this in there and tightening with your hand first like this. Then you're going to use the ratchet. So first thing which you have to see in the ratchet is, if you can carefully see, you have to use the clockwise direction for placement of the implant. If you're using this anti-clockwise direction, then that is for removal of the implant. So I'll be using the reverse of this. I'll be using this for placement of the implant. Can you see the arrow? And I'm going to place this ratchet over the driver like this, and then I'll be just placing the implant inside this. With the help of the ratchet, I'll be tightening the implant like this. Like this, you'll be placing the implant. Make sure that you're going clockwise only, not the other way around. So this will help in placement of the implant. So you'll be tightening this, and you'll be placing till you reach the level of the crest of the bone. So if you appreciate, we have reached the level of the crest of the bone. Now what we are going to do next is, we are going to remove this and visualize this. You can appreciate this. After this, we are going to place the cover screw. So this is the cover screw. So place the cover screw over the implant like this, and once we have done this, so it is at the crestal level, you can see. And next step is to suture the flap like this, approximate the flap from both the sides, and then suture it this. So what are the keys for implant surgery success? One is minimize the risk of the infection, that is by careful preparation and using a sterile technique and using pre-sterilized packed components like the implants and the cover screw, and also giving an antibiotic coverage to the patient before the start of the procedure. Next, to minimize the tissue injury, you can do that by using a gentle surgical technique, using surgical stents so that you don't go wrong while placement of the implant based on, and that surgical stent can be based on your CBCT or your X-rays. Next, use sharp disposable drills. You use a light and intermittent drilling pressure. As I told you, never apply pressure onto the bone. You always use that in, out, in, like this. And the rotational drill speed should be controlled. You have to use a controlled torque, and you have to use obviously Copious irrigation of using saline, the normal saline which you use. Next is you avoid contamination of the implant surface, so never touch the surface of the implant because that may result in failure of the implant. So all these are ways in which we can improve the success of a treatment. So with this, I'll be stopping, and I hope you must have liked the video. Thank you for watching the video.